Pay attention. Bitcoin has reached a major trend reversal zone based on momentum, pattern, price, and time. This technical position you must pay attention to, because if we get the anticipated reversal, it's going to impact the entire market. Today, we're also going to dive into day number 30 of Follow Me on BNB. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you don't know me by now, my name is Jiggy. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro, featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008, where I only used to focus on currencies, but now exclusive on cryptocurrency. So let's dive into Bitcoin and then BNB. All right, Bitcoin. So there's a pattern that you want to be really familiar with. It represents itself time and time again. It's called the ABC zigzag. And what I mean by that is this here. This A, this B, and then this C over here. More often than not, they mimic each other. The relationship is wave A and wave C are practically identical, more often than not. And we are now reaching a very precise technical position, which is the end of a wave C, which is breaking down to a textbook 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and also breaking down to a further 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What that means in Elliott wave terms, because these patterns represent themselves and it's the psychological mood of buying and selling behavior, is we are coming towards a pivotal end of a major trend. Since November, been down. But now this reversal, and if this reversal occurs, there's a minimum expectation, which is just a correction to this move to the downside. But more often than not, it's a resumption or a continuation of the prior trend, which means over the coming months would be all-time new highs, potential all-time new highs. So we want to be paying attention. So right now, it's not good practice to buy whilst it's falling. We want an indicator. Think of it as you're driving your car, there's a car in front of you, and we don't know what that car is planning on doing until it puts on its indicator. The light starts to flash, and we go, okay, it's indicating that it's going to turn right. So now we know soon it's likely to turn right, depending on how the street is unfolding. With Bitcoin, it's the same thing. But what is our indicator that we're looking for? Well, one of the best ways of waiting for an indicator is a swing high. A swing high meaning a price movement. This is a swing high over here, but that's quite far away from the market. The next swing high is down here. So what will be a good way to be patient for a trend reversal confirmation, or at least a signal, is that the price, because we may have a bit further movement to the downside, but the price exceeds the swing low. We have the initial reaction. We normally get an initial reaction, and then that will be a good, safer time to look to go long. But as a macro picture for Bitcoin, it looks likely we are going to see a trend reversal. That's what the probability states, and our job is to go with the probabilities. Trade the edge consistently, and this will impact the entire market. Now, if you want to learn about Elliott waves is like the best ways of reading the markets, especially with crypto, because the psychology represents itself time and time again with clarity. Take my free Elliott Wave and Fibonacci Masterclass. Is in the link below, and I go into detail, especially the key fundamental rules, the 3 rules that you must know that literally Ralph Nelson Elliott figured out in the 1800s and the 1900s, and it applies incredibly well. Probably the best trending market is cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So now let's dive into BNB. We're on day number 30. So literally, we've been following BNB every day for 30 days. Today's day number 30. And on, I think it was May 26th, we did this particular video. If I just zoom in over here, zoom in. All right, let's go in a bit more. There we go. Let's go. Let's have a look. It is, what day was it? I think it was May. Let's see if I can get the date. Let's see if I can get, I'm zooming in too much. All right, zoom out. I want to get the date. I think it was May 26th. Why is it not showing me? Oh, there you go. May 26th. It was May 26th. All right, May 26th. What we said on May 26th, if I can zoom in a bit more, is that BNB is looking like, if I just pop this up here, is looking like an end of an A, B, C correction. If the price goes below this point, we should anticipate movement to the downside. And there's nice trading and shorting opportunities. Shorting means we make money as the money But as the market moves down, as the price goes down, we make money. And we can use something called futures contracts to do that. So how did this unfold? Well, it unfolded just textbook. Like, look at this picture, look at this blue arrow. This was on the 26th of May. And look how the price unfolded. So this was the technical position, right? This, so I'm just taking the data back. And now how the market unfolded was just textbook. Like literally what we expected to happen, which was this. I'm just going to unfold the data. I've drawn the red lines so we can see the market, how it's unfolded and where we are right now. And it's just gone just almost perfect. Like, yeah, I'm going to go to bars. Let's go to bars, make it a little clearer. We went, okay, this is what we were looking at over here. This zone here was this video on the 26th of May. It was this part here. And we said we're anticipating really a 5-wave sequence at the downside. And then we made some good profits here. We made some good profits here as well. And we've done that over the last 30 days. But now what we're going to do is we're going to look at what is the state of play right now. Right now, let's just take the data to today. Let's just unfold the data. This is literally where the market is as of today. And we'll get rid of this. What I want to now conclude is what we anticipated has happened. And we made some good profits. We traded short over here. We went short over here. We went short over here. And it looks like it's made a nice clean. What it looks like now, a wave 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. And it looks like we're on this final part of this wave 5. So I'm going to zoom out because often it's quite difficult to see the state of play of the market when we're too zoomed in. I'm going to zoom out and give you a macro picture of what we anticipate, and it's in line with what we believe with Bitcoin. And there's many other cryptocurrencies that are looking like this also. Let me just zoom out, and I'm going to show you what we anticipate to happen. Just really, really zoom out so we get a real macro picture. What do we now anticipate? Well, if we just make this clearer here, similar to Bitcoin, it looks like we are now at the end of this wave C correction, of this wave 2. Basically, it was this part that we were anticipating for the last 30 days. We waited patiently and we shorted this market. But now it's to say, okay, it looks like we're at the end of this major trend. If that's the case with pattern, time, price, and momentum, what should we anticipate next? Well, I'm now waiting for a trend reversal. And then what I'm waiting for next is actually for the market to continue to all-time new highs and potentially looking something like this over the coming months. And we want to ride these waves. So what will be a logical point to wait for a trend reversal so we don't need to rush into the market? If we zoom back in over here, just like with Bitcoin, almost identical to a certain degree, is we want to wait for the price to go above a swing high or even this swing high over here. That will give us a stronger indication that this end of a wave C of a wave 2 is complete. And then we can look for entry points to ride the trend on the way up. And we're talking about a significant trend that will possibly last many months. There'll be loads of buying opportunity. And again, if you want to learn how to do multiple degrees of wave counts and the relationships of Fibonacci ratios and the waves, because you'll see these represent themselves time and time again. Like I've just done one here, just so we're on the same page. This is called the external retracement. We measure this low to this high, and we get these two ratios. It's called an external retracement. I covered this in the masterclass. It's 1.272 to 1.618. It's the most common price that this will finish. And we're expecting it to go into this zone now that this low has been exceeded. So we will wait. And then there's a couple of other factors we'll wait for the trend reversal. So take the Fibonacci and Elliott Wave masterclass. Is in the description link below. I've covered a lot in it, a lot. And you'll get the high level. And if you look back at the 30 days that follow me on BNB, just textbook analysis on technical analysis, momentum, pattern, price, and time, especially with cryptocurrency, because it was like the psychology is even more raw, more fresh, more young. It represents itself better than any other market that I've seen. Prior to crypto, the Forex markets was the best that represents these prices and these patterns. But now crypto is even better than the Forex markets because it's so clean, so crisp, and it's probably the best speculative market out there ever. And I think it's because it's so young, so young, so young. So take this masterclass and you'll see it unfold time and time again. So tomorrow is going to be day number 31. Day number 31 of Follow Me on BNB. So we'll just be patient for that trend reversal. We're literally doing a video on BNB every day for 31 days. So you can see the practical application of what it takes to be a consistent trader, just using high probabilities and never certainties. So like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let's finish on a quote. Let's go with chapter 2. Chapter 2 today. Chapter 2 is really relevant for a particular reason. I'm going to do two. One from a chapter and then one that I just want to loop because it's really, really important. So this one's Warren Buffett. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. And I want to loop that with the trend is your friend. Ride it until its end, until it reaches its bend. So for the last 31 days, the first 3 or 4 days, we was waiting for that ABC correction to complete on the upside. We waited for a reversal, and if you watch the video, I think it was the day 4 of the Follow Me on BNB, we said we can go short on something called a swing low, and then we just rode that trend on the way down, and it looks like we are now at the end, coming towards the end of a major trend, and it looks like it's reaching its bend. So now it's about taking profits and maximizing profits, and looking for a trend reversal and buying on the upside. And there's a couple of different strategies, but now is the time to, it's a rest day. This was a gym. It was at a crypto gym, and I've just launched my R15 crypto gym, by the way, for my private guys that have bought one of my courses. If you're on my private Telegram, you can join the R15 crypto gym, where we give detailed analysis, even more detailed than we're doing now, on entry points, on stop losses, on what we're doing, and the whole macro thinking. We've just done a whole macro thesis on the BNB and how and why. But the reason why I wanted to get across is now is the time to stand aside, unless you're like a day trader on a 4-hour, a 1 hour, and a 15-minute chart that you're literally in front of the computer, hours and hours and hours. Other than that, if you're on a daily time frame, which is what I like to trade the bigger swings, it's not just stand aside, relax, go enjoy your day. Nothing, no action to be had. We're going to wait for the momentum reversal, wait for the indication, and then look for high probability entry points, and then ride the wave on the way up. So rule number 1 is never lose money. Rule number 2 from Warren Buffett is never forget rule number 1. So sometimes it's important to know when not to be taking a position, because there's 3 positions you can take. There's buying, which is going long. There's shorting, which is selling, making money on the way down, which you can use futures contracts for. And the third one is you stand aside. Stand aside meaning, okay, there's no workout today, rest day today. Let's rest those legs. Let's rest the pecs. No gym workout today. Let's just wait till tomorrow to see if there's a high probability setup. And then we trade it without hesitation or reservation with acceptable capital exposure, which is between 1% and 3%, depending on your risk tolerance, your experience, and so on and so forth. So join me tomorrow for day number 31 on Follow Me on BNB. I will see you there.